Hey friends. Okay, so it is June 27th. I'm having lunch. It's the same thing I had for breakfast. Fried eggs and sausage. This time though, I'm having milk instead of a Dr. Pepper. Now, full disclosure, of course, I have a Dr. Pepper sitting here for afterwards. It's been a really good morning. The sun's been shining all day. Now, I told the gentleman I work for that I would be back either 23rd or the 1st of next month. So June, July, right? So I'm not worried about not being in contact with them. I'm having problems with all my chargers. I charge solar, and because it's been raining and everything, my batteries are dead on everything now, even my laptop. I might run that down to the Legends and ask him if I could charge that overnight, maybe one of these nights. Because if I could get the laptop up and running, I did a system wipe or a factory reset. I'm not that worried about it now. I wish I could talk to a computer expert. I'm going to try it though. I'm going to run it. If I can get the laptop charged, then without editing, I just stream all my segments together and I can release it as a video. I'll have to find somewhere that I can drop it because that takes a couple hours to upload. So let's try to get my sausage here all chopped up on my eggs. Yeah, where was I? Right, I saw the Legend the other day, so he knows I'm safe and everything's fine. It's going to be like 4 or 5 days before he sees me again, maybe a little longer. I got everything fortified here real well. Let's see if we can get you a better place to sit here, guys. There you go. Yeah, so I got more logs put up and stuff. It's not going to really stop a predator. It'd slow a black bear down for sure. It's not going to stop anything much larger. So what I did is I just put up enough sticks and branches and stuff that I know if it's coming into camp. Then I have 2 or 3 escape ways. I'm feeling pretty confident, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, it does not look good. Oh, yeah. Oh, black camp stove is a good idea. Dang. It feels good to get to slow down, let my metabolism catch up. I had to haul all of this in on foot. I mean, I should have counted how many trips I've made. And we're not just off the road now. You can hear the big logging road up there, like when the forest department people are up there. But that's about it. We're a couple miles into the briar patch. Okay, we've been recording 3 minutes. I don't know how much more today we're gonna pick off. I just wanted to give you a catch up on what was going on. So, man, that's good. Dang. All right, I'll talk to y'all guys later. Never give up, never surrender. Hey friends, okay, same day, I'm here trying to utilize the sunshine, see if I can't get my power banks charged, and then I can use those to charge my cell phone. I was able to put $50 on my phone when I went into town so that I can post from cell phone spot over here. Now we're about 5 miles away from there where we're camping now. It'll be worth it if every now and then though I can get a message out to y'all guys and let you know that I'm okay. So I'm still working on how to get a video out. I'm thinking about stopping by my friend Aaron's place. He's back in town. He had an accident is where he wound up going. And since he's back and everything, he said I could stop by, do laundry and stuff. So I'm thinking maybe see if I could like drop a video from his place. He's a cool guy. I think y'all would really like him. I want to kind of bring him into a couple of our adventures and stuff, actually. Okay. Yeah, lots of time for just meditation, listening to the animals. That cow, I don't know what the heck is wrong with it. It has been calling like that for like all day long. It got cut off from the herd earlier. I was up inside the tree line watching, and it came out, and then something over here made a snapping sound, and it was startled back their way. And the rest of them kept going on. And I've been staying out of the path so that it's not me keeping it locked here. Thinking about maybe going up around it and try and shoo it this way so it can catch up with the herd. But now it might be waiting for like them to make a loop or something. So I'm probably just gonna leave it. It's nice to have some company, actually. It's just she sounds sad. Okay, friends, I figured out what was going on. So the herd, now there are a lot of cows out here. They break off into these little like social groups that travel around on their own little circuits, kind of, right? Well, I've noticed that hear that in the far background? There are two that they must be like best friends. They're the ones, one of them's a black cow and one of them's a brown cow, and they're the ones that got separated today. So off in the distance, you can hear another cow answering back to this one. And even the bull here, once that one off in the distance started mooing, even the bull started mooing here. So they're doing it back and forth with each other. I think what happened is the brown cow who got cut off here has tried to catch up to them and come all the way back around. It seems like they might be bedding down here for the night, which will be kind of cool to have like their company. So I'm hoping that the brown cow will catch up before it gets dark. She's way off. I know exactly where she is. I don't know how the heck they get out that way. There must be well, I know there are trails here I don't know about. But anyway, hopefully she gets back around before it gets dark. I wonder, what do you want to name them? We'll have to think of a name for them. Alright guys, I'm just out for an evening stroll. It's still the 27th. The sun just set down a minute ago. And I said I'm just out for a stroll. I like to walk and clear my head at the end of the day, kind of meditate. I was thinking of some of my friends out there who are in recovery and who are struggling with their recovery, actually, and hoping that they're okay. I hadn't heard from a couple of them even a couple months before I had to go radar or off the radar, you know. So now I have no idea. I just hope that everybody's okay, you know. Anyway, on my walk, I saw this. I'm pretty sure this is definitely bear evidence. Now, see, I passed these, what they call cow patties, right? Piles of cow crap is what it is, cow poop. And normally, well, you've seen them before, right? They're just a mound. Well, something's torn through this, kind of like nosed around in it. And then over here in this drier, older cow patty too. Okay, you can see all the pieces thrown out and torn out of it. And I'm thinking, oh wait, this really old one here. It looks like maybe a nose print. See where it's drug the top layer off, smelling of it. Normally I would figure black bear. And this is the area where the cows were kind of nervous last night too. Oh, I think the brown cow made it back. Everybody's quiet now. So I think that everything, days of in the day. And that concludes this episode of Days of Our Cows. I don't know. Oh, what we'll do now, okay, we're going to follow the creek, and we'll look for tracks. We'll see if there are any bear tracks or anything. This is a spot where the cows come through quite often. It makes it really hard to track, because they come through and it's just, you know, they walk over all the rest of the prints. It's really cool to have them here. I can hear two of them up over here. It might actually be our friends. It is a little bit spooky because where I come from, normally you hear anything make that big of a crunch that an animal with that kind of weight makes when it steps on a twig and breaks it. That's instant predator, right? So still, I'm like quick on the draw whenever I hear anything like that, even if I know it's a cow. I know, not very graceful, right, guys? This is right on the cusp of when we wouldn't want to be out here much later. Once it starts getting kind of like that blue tint to the sky and everything, that's hunting time. It leads until dusk and then until dark, and the first couple hours of dark, and then the night kind of mellows out. Then it starts over in the morning, you know, just as it starts to get that blue, twilighty, dusky kind of look. That's when hunting time will start back up again. So it's one of the most dangerous times to be out, especially by a creek. There's lots of things hunt at the creek. Everything needs water, so it's a pretty good spot to find prey. Now I'm looking here. This looks like somewhere I'd drink out of, and I do see old cow prints. Wait, what is this? What is that right there? Hang on. We got a bear print, guys. Yep. Plain as day, look. See the toes? 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that I should know the rules about seeing claws and not seeing claws. Black bear, you see claws in the print. Grizzly bear, you don't, because their toes are up off the ground. Or is that opposite? Is that reversed? It's a pretty big paw print. I mean, dang, you know, it's, yeah, I can almost fit my hand into it. So, it's a big bear right there. It's a friend of mine used to tell a joke. He was like, you know how to tell when a bear is a really big bear? I'm like, how? He goes, well, you see the bear and then you turn around to your friend and both of you at the same time go, that's a big bear. I know, right? Okay. Yeah. It's time to go home. It's time to let the predators have the night. I can't think of the name of what my, like, I'm not a day creature and I'm not a fully night creature, right? And there's a word for that. I just can't think of what it is. It's like there's nocturnal is nighttime. Ternal, no. I don't know. And the way my tech is right now, I won't even be able to probably Google it and flash it up on the screen here. So if anybody knows, hit me up in the comments. I hope y'all are having fun. I'm actually kind of having fun. I really wish that I was able to be with y'all right now in current, at least posting like, hey guys, things are going good. Hope you're doing well. Maybe be able to check a couple of your messages, you know. But life is what it is. I hate that saying. It's just, it is, right? And we have to kind of take it as it comes. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just look at how beautiful this is, guys. I mean, wow. Okay, I got 39% left on the battery. It's probably it for tonight, unless I do something. I might want to talk to you once I get back to the tent and I'm crashed out or something. So, yep. Thought that I had searched the perimeter. Okay, friends, there was no way I was going to be able to make it the rest of the month with the food that I had. My chicken went bad yesterday. How much do y'all not know about? I think a couple days have passed since you last heard about anything. Slow it down, man. That's all right, Max. Yeah, so we're on our way back now. I ran into OMAC, spent the last 80 bucks I had, charged 40 bucks in fuel at the quick stop. The boss man loaned me 50. I think we'll be able to make it. I had to put a net 30 of that in the gas tank because I went to Orville to get more ammunition. We are, as y'all know, camping in bear country, and there is one Canadian grizzly bear wandering around somewhere out here. We are pushing dark. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, especially since I have to get the milk and perishables into the creek and my cold box before I can go to sleep, or all my food will go bad. I ran into someone, they're a friend of mine, and I tried to explain that I didn't have time. See, everything for me right now is really critical. I need to spend this month getting back on my feet, or what I've built here with y'all guys is going to die, and I have to go get food stamps and a job, right? So everything is timed out to the hour, and I spent an hour talking to one of my friends who basically wouldn't let me go. Where's that switch? Now that I have to pause. And that can, if I let it get in my head, oh man, it's beautiful, praise Jesus. I mean, I have 5 loaves of bread. I have hot dogs and hot dog buns and ketchup and chili and cheese. And milk. I've got 5 things of milk, but I have to get it cool. All right. Sometimes in life when things get hard, I find that I get upset. It's this little feeling of anger boils inside of me, and then I start thinking about can't I have my time back, or can't someone help me, or, everybody is just so selfish. I really have to reel that back, because it's like a tree. It plants as a seed and starts small, but it gets dang big, and that's not part of my recovery. So what I do is whenever I catch myself doing that, I try and figure out, well, could I have done better? I put it all on me, right? What could I have done better? What will I do better next time? And how do I get through what I'm doing right now, right? And that allows me to take the responsibility out of everybody else's hands, put it in mine, and then work with that, right? As long as it's my choice, that's all right. We're gonna do this, so it's okay. And I forgive my friend. I understand, and I know how it is, and I know how it is not to understand too, At the same time, I can't talk to y'all about it anymore right now. I've got to get up there. I'm thinking, all right, guys, it's cold at night. Right now, it's chilly. It's probably 50 degrees, because I'm like almost cold. It'll hold that through the night. I have enough of a charge on my computer and my batteries. I don't even have to take my computer with me. I can leave it here. Give me a moment to think. I always, when I'm rushed and everything, I take 60 seconds, maybe 5 minutes, and think. We don't have 5 minutes, so give me 60 seconds and we'll get back on the road, all right? That'll do. still see pretty well. The torch is mainly a deterrent. I wasn't planning on being out at night, so I should have. It's my fault. I should have. But so I don't have my flare, the wolf pea. I made a couple torches. I have an old t-shirt and some vegetable oil. I made 2 because they don't last very long. We're basically just running it. So yeah, intimidating force, straight through. Let's do it. Thanks for being out there, guys. Really appreciate you. I hope you're having fun. Get that light out of my eyes. Just about halfway. This is where the forest starts getting a little bit dense. This is our ambush spot. I'm carrying a lot, so I'm tired, but I'm trying to push through. I've lit our second torch, because I said we're about halfway. Good rule for apocalypse torch use. If you're out in the dark like this, right now I have the torches held in front of me. That's kind of for y'all, so you can see, and so you can see me. When I walk, I keep them a little bit further behind me. Keep the light a little bit behind you, and you'll actually be able to see further in front. All right, let's keep chunking. Chunking, what the heck is that? I don't know, whatever it is, we're doing it. And we're doing it well. There's sun over there, and it's very big. Woof, 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 woof. I'm stuck. We're long past. I don't know anything coming up next to us. Thinking it's smart. Hey friends, okay, we made it back. We're home. You haven't seen the place. It's not that great. It's basically just a tarp shack, but I do have stuff like hay on the walls. No, that is not the bear we met from the trail there. That's some fake fur I bought at Walmart for a project I'll tell you about another time. I was building a puppet. It was going to be pretty cool. So yeah, places is a mess. No, it's all right. The hiking was good. I've spent about an hour reflecting on the day. You know, it was a good day. It was a weird day. I feel sorry for my friend. And also I've got a couple of friends that are going through stuff and I can't call them or anything. And so I feel bad about that. I'm thinking about you guys. I really am. And I hope that you're doing okay, you know. So I should be able to make calls like now that my batteries are charged, my portables, I can charge my cell phone, and then I can try to download Instagram onto my old phone, which is the one I'm using now, and maybe be able to post out to people. I'll just do pictures with titles to y'all guys, my friends. And then from the legends, I can use that. I can use IG to call a couple of my friends who are going through stuff right now, and just check in with them, you know. The main thing, we've all got to get through our stuff our own. We're the only ones that really have the answer, is what I've learned. Because my answers are inside of me, you know. So we'll all get through it. And then afterwards, we'll talk about what we've learned and what we did. And it'll be an adventure rather than a problem, you know. Okay, I've got to go to bed, guys. Hope you're doing well out there. It's been a blast. Oh, yeah. Check the perimeter. I'm too loud. And everything. Nothing's been around camp while we were gone. None of the alarms were triggered or anything. So we're good to go. But I do a pretty good job staking out my territory. All right. Good night, guys. There, did you hear that? Listen. Weird. Today is not a happy day. Get here. Oh my god. The other day, a friend gave me a little baby bunny. It was so cute. I wanted to show you and everything, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it. And a friend gave me a little bunny the other day. I was worried about how it was gonna live with me, but I thought a pet bunny would be really, really cute. And boy, it was so cute. And it slept with me, and it played my hair. I rolled over on it. It's dead. I gotta get to her. I gotta get to her. I keep telling myself I just want my little bunny back. Okay. Trying to take bad news a little bit better than I used to. Oh man, that's hard. I don't want to fall apart. I don't want to have a headache. I'm you know how you do in your head? Do you do that? Just keep reliving all the happy memories, and then keep telling myself that it's my fault. I can't allow myself to fall apart. I really, really want to, though. I had Hey friends, welcome to post-production. I wasn't able to use many more cards than anything to explain what's going on in the show because it's just far too much reading. I didn't know how else to present this. I'm still a little bit raw because I've been editing this, and it kind of puts us back in that mental space. What I like about doing this show is that it lets me reflect also and see where I'm right in areas and where I'm wrong in areas, or where I could do better or correct. So I figure I'm just going to continue the story from here, and then we'll cut back in real quick. Basically, I wandered around for a while, and I realized that my behavior wasn't the behavior of a Spartan warrior. It wasn't the behavior of a stable individual, like think about people that go into war and stuff, and like lose people and everything. And realizing that the rabbit was just another symbol for loss and sorrow, I tried to flesh out where those root problems were, the really big issues. I knew that I had a lot more work to do, and I still have a lot of work to do, really. But what helped me was when I told myself. So after this, I went walking and kept working on myself, and I told myself that from here on out, I am only me. And I've been very, very happy being with myself. And over the years, I've become really comfortable with my alone time and me, and I actually like who I am and everything. And that from here on out, I was just going to be me, and that I wouldn't worry or think about reconciling anymore. I told myself that everything in the past is in the past, and that I don't need any of that anymore, that this isn't how a person behaves. Uh, and that helped. I felt like it was a step into being the man that I want to be. Uh, and so I decided that I would mourn for appropriate amounts of time, and then I would try and use my recovery to correct my behavior and keep moving forward. One of my really good counselors helped me come up with a long-term recovery plan. Recovery plans are the best when they're based after our particular lives, because we're all kind of unique. A lot of our problems are the same, or issues, but we're still very unique people. And so recovery is really good when it's a unique and independent plan tailored to one's own life and way of thinking. My counselor and I related over Star Trek. And I decided that if there was any, because I'm an entertainment guy, I've grew up on movies and stuff, so I try and make my life into a positive movie experience. That helps me do the things I would want my main character to do in the situations, right? And that's really very important to me. But I decided that Star Trek was really the base level of what a morally responsible and pretty well level-headed individual would be. I envisioned myself in times of hardship to be like a Starfleet captain, and that helps me a lot. Because it's like a code of conduct. It's also an inward knowledge of oneself and everything. It fits in a lot of ways. So I was just starting to get myself better and everything, and I'm always looking out for psychological triggers. what I like to call psychological stackers. They're things that happen throughout a day that remind us of something else, and they can build up on us. And then if enough of them build up, we'll come up with, yeah, if enough of them build up all at once throughout a period of a day or so, then those trigger us to thinking of past events and stuff, and it can bring back sadness, anger, anxiety, the whole plethora, depression, irritability, all of these things. So I'm always aware every single thing that I see that reminds me of something that's negative, I just make a mental note. If I bring it from the subconscious and think about it in a conscious way, it helps me to no longer have it festering in the subconscious. I'm like, well, I saw 3 emotional stackers today, so of course I'm going to be a little bit grumpy if somebody mentions something that reminds me of those stackers. By knowing that, it allows me to realize that I'm being driven into these feelings, which drive me into certain reactions, and it allows me to stop. So basically the rest of the day, I walked around doing my recovery work and try and make myself feel better. I'm like, this is, hey man, the little bunny is up there with my 2 little birds now, and you know what, it's not all this that's really bugging me. There's other stuff and I'm gonna have to work on it, but from here on out I'm good just being me. If anybody says anything about reconciling or the past or anything like that, I'm just going to smile and nod and be like, yep, right, and then go on my merry way as my independent self. So as I was getting myself back together and everything, I was walking, because that's a really good way for me to meditate. I saw a bunny rabbit, snowshoe hare. And the snowshoe hare instantly triggered in my brain as an emotional stacker. I was like, oh, is that going to make me cry and just make me as sad as this morning? And I told myself, no, it's not, because I'm not going to allow myself to fall apart. I may have emotions, but they do not guide my conduct, the way that I behave. And if I want to keep going, if I want to keep putting stuff into the world, if I want to keep going with what I've built out here, which is pretty dang good, then I was going to need to be able to handle those things. And so as I was feeling better, I thought to myself, some people might take seeing this rabbit as some kind of sign or spiritual thing, oh, the bunny's letting you know that everything's okay. And all of this. And whereas anybody that believes that, that's cool and everything, but that's a little bit fluffy for me. And I need more of a predator thought. I need more of a warrior, kind of mentality to keep going in life. And so I told myself, as I was looking at the rabbit, that if it were legal to hunt it, that I would kill and eat it right then and there. And that if I didn't have fire and I needed it, that I would eat it raw. And that I would have about as much emotional draw towards it as I would a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, I say my prayers over my chicken to respect the life that was given for that bucket of chicken, so I'm not saying that I would be callous towards it. I'm simply saying that had I not been friends with the other bunny rabbit, it wouldn't have hit me so hard. Somewhere in that hunter's mode, kind of, I found my adult male action hero, and I decided that I'd spend the rest of the day mourning, and I'd think about my dad and all that stuff, and then the next day I would pull myself back up by the bootlaces and I would keep going so that I could keep doing what we're doing here with each other and keep making my life better, because I have. All right, that's what I've got. Honestly, while I'm out like this adventuring, I am looking for treasure. This place used to be a big gold mine. Lots of gold mined out of this area. And it's places where there are also legends of veins of gold running in quartz along cliff sides and in the ground and stuff. There are stories about people finding rivers filled with nuggets and then filling like saddlebags filled with gold and then getting killed by natives on the way back to town and snatching the saddlebags of gold like in a crevice or in a ravine or between two rocks. So I'm basically always out here looking for treasure. Wouldn't that be neat though? I mean, just like turn over some soil or something, or peel back some moss on a cliff, or look inside of a crevice in the rock face and find real treasure. And like, da da da, you know, like in the video games, it's like, bye, you have won. Confetti everywhere. Yeah, boy, it'd make things nice. So, like a guy I met the other day out here on the road said, in order to find treasure, we have to get out there and look. So I'm going to keep looking for a little bit, and then we'll turn around and go home. Got to get food cooked. It's nice having the energy. Having such good supplies now, I've got a lot of good food energy, whereas before, man, I was running low, I'll tell you. Still need to build back a lot of that shoulder mass that I lost. But being lighter, I'll tell you, I feel pretty dang good. Okay, no turns yet. It's all... Let's remember the clearing. Clearing, go north. Once we get back to the clearing, go north, downhill. Okay, so we're going to go this way for a few minutes, and I'll let you know what happens. Oh, it's an airplane. Wonder if Jefferson's up there.